Hi, I'm Kai Grover, and I'll be explaining my senior seminar thesis today. My thesis was about the effects of agenda setting on college students. My hypothesis was that students who consumed more media would be more inclined to feel that certain issues and topics were covered more often. So for my research methods, I decided on a survey. I sent out this survey to multiple students. I sent it out to professors at my school and also other students to send to their friends. I also used word of mouth, just telling people, hey, take this survey for my senior seminar paper. I got 31 responses in total from students, and most of the students were in the age range of 18 to 19 years old, and the other ones a little bit older than that. In my results, I was able to find that a lot of students believe that agenda setting is used in the media. Media does use agendas to surface certain topics. And one of the questions I asked, what apps did they use most often? And a lot of the respondents said Snapchat and TikTok were the apps of their choice of social media apps that they use most often. In one of the graphs here, you can see that they a lot of them don't feel influenced by the news that they read and watch, and some of them feel somewhere in between, and that their news sources don't really influence their political views. A lot of them said no to that question below. Another question that I asked is that if they were to consume news weekly to be more informed about their society, would they participate politically? Just because research shows that the diversification of news sources and the more news sources that you read, more people are more likely to participate politically because they're more knowledgeable about certain issues. Most respondents were open to that notion that if they were to consume more news sources weekly, that they would participate politically in some format. Another question that I asked, what topics did they read and watch news about more often? And a lot of people responded with sports and weather, but a lot of respondents also said election updates, abortion, and gun laws. And in the final two questions, I asked for them to write out what they felt was covered too often in the media and what they felt was not covered enough. A lot of respondents said things like gun laws and negative events, and they feel like they don't see enough of the world's real struggles. They don't see enough of normal people. They don't feel like Palestine and the issues happening overseas are covered often enough. And this kind of confirmed my notion that because of their media consumption, they were coming to the conclusion that things like abortion and gun laws were covered way too often, and they felt that they needed to see other things outside of that. My other research method was an interview with my professor, Professor Nora Baldner. She's been in the industry for about 2 decades and has a lot of experience with news media and creating news. I wanted her perspective on what that looks like and what that means for college students. She helped me get a lot of information about how college students have a different perspective, but they do still consume media just like anyone else. It's just that media is very diverse than it was before. Media, as she says, used to be a garden hose, but now is a fire hose, where now everyone gets a little bit of news, and news can be disguised as anything. It can be disguised as sponsorships and advertisements, and we see it every day and in all the media that we consume. So in my conclusion, I basically was able to confirm that with the media consumption that college students have, that they are more likely to be open to agenda setting, and that they have a certain perception of social issues and other issues politically. But I feel that more research can be used, this research can be used to get more research about the connection between what media are students consuming and their political views, and see if that connection has something to do with agenda setting and how they view other world issues. Thank you.